done with the training and all, I will send you. Give us 2 days, 2 business days to process all the videos as well as timestamping all of the sections, and then I will send you the link for the training video later. Okay. All right. So Ronnie, you can proceed.
Okay, thanks, Fanny. Give me a moment. I'll share my screen first. All right. Yeah. So welcome. My name is Ronnie, and as Fanny mentioned earlier, I'm the one that leading the training for today. So before we start, let me just give you an overview of what I'll be covering today. So firstly would be mainly on the design portion. Second would be the product portion, as well as lastly is the WooCommerce portion where you manage the orders that are coming in. Yeah, so without wasting any further time, let's get started. So as you can see on your screen, this is how the website looks like on the user end. So for you yourself, if you want to log into the website as a site admin, what you need to do, you just at the end of your domain name over here, you need to add on this /m login. Yeah. So once you do that, you'll be taken to this login page where you can key in the credential that will be given to you after the training, and you can log into the website. So what you be redirected to will be this dashboard page. Mhm. So this is basically all the back end setting of your website. So you have the one that we see earlier, which is the front page. This is what we call home front end, and this is the back end of the website. So where all the setting is located at. But of course, you can see there's a lot of different settings, but we won't be going through all of them. The reason why is because not all of them will be relevant to you in terms of managing the website itself. So the one that I'll be covering today is the one that you most likely will touch in terms of managing the website itself. So for us to go back to the home page that we saw earlier, you need to go to this house icon and then click on visit site. So what I normally do is just open another tab so that I can go easily back and forth between the two different view, like so. So, and then when you go to this page again, you will see this black bar over here. This, whenever you see this particular part, it signifies that you're already logged in as a site admin. So you can start doing any editing on this page itself. Yeah. Before I proceed to the next part, you got any question regarding the login portion? So I believe it's quite straightforward as well. Yeah.
No.
All right. So the first thing I'll be covering in terms of like the design will be what we call design setting or the theme option. So to access this particular setting, you need to go to this customize button and click on it. And then once you click on it, on the left side, you'll see another control panel. And on the right side will be the preview mode of your website, like so. So again, here, as similar to what we did with the backend, a lot of different settings, but the one that we'll be touching on today will be this particular setting, header and style. So first we go to style, and then within the style setting itself, there are two main components you want to look at, which is typography and colors. So this one is, I would say, the global setting for the website. So let's look at color first. So under color setting, you can see there's main colors, primary, secondary, and additional palettes. Let's say, for example, in the future, you wish to change your main colors, you can do so in this setting. So either I choose primary or secondary, click on select color button, and then you can either drag and drop or drop this circle over here. As you can see, some elements will have affected by these particular changes, or you can use this color code instead. So my suggestion is always to go to to use the color code because it will take you more precisely to the colors that you want to use instead of guesstimating using this circle over here. Yeah. So let's say you have a change of color in the future very drastically, so say for example from the current blue that you use, you want to change to maroon. So you can just do a simple Google search, maroon color code, for example. So you just copy over the 6-digit number and paste it inside the field over here. Yeah, and then it will take you to the color more precisely. Yeah, and then once you're done, you can either publish, which means the changes will take effect immediately, or you can click on this gear icon and save it as draft. So when you save it as draft, they will generate this preview link in which you can share with your team to show them the changes that you have made. But your user will not be able to see it just yet because it's under draft mode. And then let's say you agree with it, you can either publish it right away or schedule it to a specific time frame that you want the changes to take place. And then let's say you don't agree with the changes, you just click on discard over here, and then it will revert back to uh, the old state of the website. Yeah, so that's for colors. Next is typography. Typography relates with your font that are being used within your website. So when you click on typography, there are two types as well, headline and base. So what's the difference between headline and base is very simple. Headline is mainly the section title, whereas base is the one that used for body text. So what you want to do, let's say if you want to change it, either one of them, you can just open up this drop-down menu, and then there's a lot of choices for you to choose from. You can just experiment around to see which one is best suited for your brand. Then you just choose from there. And then variant setting is where you can set the thickness of the font that being used. Either you make it as thin as you want or as thick as you want to this 900, which equivalent to bolded text. Yeah, again, similar to what we did earlier. If you're done, you just publish or you can save draft. Yeah, so that's basically it's for style. You only focus on typography and colors for this one. Okay, next would be the header. So the header is the one that you see over here, where you can see the blue bar over here, as well as your menu header and logo and so on. So when you click on header setting, you will see this header builder will pop up. And then because we're using this builder called UX builder, so the header builder will come up with this kind of arrangement, this particular layout. So you have three different section you can use and three different column that you can use. Three, and then there's two over here, three. So you just in terms of how you want the aesthetic to look like for your header, they are limited by this particular layout lah. Yeah, so what you can do in this setting, first is you can add or remove certain elements. So for example, you want to remove this wish list, for example. What you need to do, you just drag it and drop it to the not in use section. So what we have here is not in use section, which means it's any element that can be used to create a header are stored over here if it's not in use. So for example, the one that we removed just now is wish list. So let's say you want to put it back, you just drag it to the position that you want. Same goes with any other portion. Let's say you want this particular elements to be in different position. You can also drag them down to the different position. You can see it will show you the different position like so. But of course, it's the current one would look better as they're already optimized for you. Okay, second one is to change the logo. Let's say you have new logos designed in the future. You want to change it, you just click on the logo option over here. And then on the left side, you see the current logo that you're currently using. You click on, because there are two types. One is light version. So next time you change it, make sure you have a light version of the logo as well, so that you can change both of them. So when you click on select image, there are two ways for you to do it, either directly from your media library, means all the image already uploaded. And let's say it's a totally new image altogether, you can upload it directly to your computer using this upload function. So you just click on select file and then upload it directly from your computer. And then in terms of dimension, if you're not too sure, you can refer back to the current one that you use. So you just look for your logo, for example. Yeah, like this one. So you can see your logo dimension is here, 400 by 357 pixels. So the next time you want to design, prior to the design phase, you just let your team know to design according to this particular dimension. Then you shouldn't be worried about in terms of whether or not it will look the same for the website itself. And then another thing you can do here is to update the what do you call it, social icon. So you click on social icon over here. Let's say you have a new one you want to add, let's say Facebook or TikTok. You see on the left side when you click on social icon, there's this social media platform available over here. So you can just key in the account link, the page link, and paste it over here, and then it will auto generate the logo for yourself. So for example, this one. Yeah, you see it will auto generate the Facebook if I put any link over there. Yeah. So that's for social icon. And then here you see you have menu header and this one, FAQ. Actually, it's being created using another setting. So because the reason why I know that is because here you can see main menu and the middle one is called top bar menu. So both are menu setting. So for us to edit the menu setting, we need to close down this particular setting and then go back to the back end that we saw earlier. So again, after you finish with the edit here, either you publish or save draft for this particular page. And I just close this one first and then share with you on how to edit your menu header. Okay, we go back to the home, to the back end. And then what you want to look for here is appearance setting, which is right here. And then what you want to look for next is menus. And then here you can choose what menu you want to edit. So you have two just now. One is the main menu, and another one is the top bar menu. So you can see here top bar, and then if you open another one, there are two options: main menu and top bar. So let's say you want to edit the main menu, you just click on this and then click on select, and you will see the same item that you see over here. So you have home, shop, and all this. So home, shop, and all this. So what you want to do here, what you can do, first thing first is you can add in a new item. So to add in a new item, you just click on this custom link. And then here there are two fields for you to fill in. One is link text. This is where you can name the new item. So for example, this one is text. And then here is the link to the page that you want your user to go to. So for example, let's say you want your user to go to this particular page, you just put in the link and then click add to menu. And then by default, the position will be under here. So when you click on save menu, all right, it will show up next to the contact us page over here. When I click here, you will see the test one menu is added over here. Yeah, and then second thing you can do is to rearrange the different orders of the things. So for example, you want the test one to be in the middle of the main menu, the one you created just now. So you just drag it and drop it to the middle portion. And save menu again. Here you refresh your page. Then you will see the one that we created earlier will be put in the middle. Yeah, that's the second thing. And then lastly,
Maybe you can help us create a gourmet cake category now then.
again,
Gourmet cake category.
gourmet. How do I spell
Yeah,
it?
gourmet.
Gome, like this, is it?
Go. I can't really see. No, no. I Give me a minute.
Yeah. But can I check this page that you want us to add in? Is it created already?
Yes.
All right. Gourmet cake, huh?
GOURMET.
Oh, gourmet. Gourmet. Like this, is it? Without the key.
Yes. Gourmet cake category. Yeah.
Okay. Let me look for the. This one.
So where's the link? This is the link.
Yeah, this is the link. So you just paste it here. Where do you want the position to be?
Uh, just maybe after the adult cakes.
The cakes. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. And then let me refresh this page. So you can see it will impact the alignment a little bit. So the next time when you want to create the the link, right? You need to be mindful of how big is the container itself. So otherwise it will look like this. So one way to combat that, right, is to create what we call sub items. So which mean, let's say for example, it's you have a subcategory. Maybe I check it again. Okay, so let's say for example we have this the one that we created earlier as a sub item of shop, for example. What you need to do, drag it below shop and put it slightly inside until you see this sub item. And yeah, and then you see under shop there will be like a small arrow showing you like there's a sub item underneath it. Then you can put in this way. So yeah, so that's how you combat the alignment thing, I would say. But because this one is a main category itself, so maybe what you want to do, or when you want to plan a new layout for your header, you choose the main one you want to feature here, and then let's say you want to have all the category listed together in the main menu. You can put it under like a main branch. I would say main branch of main menu. So for example, you have this category, right? Cakes, adult, same cake, and build your dream. And then maybe you have another one that have shorter title, maybe others, for example. Then you can populate the others under the sub item portion. Yeah. Is that okay for now?
Yep.
All right. So do you want to keep it as like this for now, or you want me to remove these gourmet cakes? Hello?
Just leave it first.
Oh, okay. Can.
Yep.
All right. So that's pretty much it for the header, menu header. And yeah, same goes with the top bar menu, just this one as well. The way you edit is pretty much the same, but because this one is only have one item, so it should be quite simple, I would say. And then do bear in mind that your current menu item is being take for mobile view as well. So all the items that you see over here will be reflected under mobile as well. Yeah. Okay, that's for header. Next would be the footer over here. So for footer, it's quite straightforward as well. So whenever you hover your mouse to the footer area, you see this UX Builder pop-up will appear. So what you want to do is click on the blue button over here. And then once you go inside, then you can start doing changes accordingly. Yeah, like so. So you can see all the columns are clickable now. So we just go column by column. So we go first is the image. For image, it's very straightforward, similar to what we did with the logo setting earlier. Whenever you click on the elements, you just click on change media over here, and then choose either from media library or directly from the computer if you want to do some changes to the image over here. And then as for the middle text over here, it's quite straightforward as well. Once you click on it, you will see this blue button, open text editor. and then you can just edit it like a normal text editor software out there, like Google Doc or Microsoft Word, because all the tools are available over here. So you can just do this a simple text edit, and changes will be reflected over here as well. And then the third row over here is follow icons, a bit similar to the header setting that we see earlier. You can see there's a lot of different social media platform that you can choose from. Let's say you have a new Facebook page you created, you just put in the link, and then it will auto generate the logo for you. Yeah. And then this one is translate. So I would say this one they use HTML shortcode. So where do you get this one? Let me check. Translate. Okay, never mind. This one, Fanny, maybe you can take note. I'm not sure where they put the plugin for this Google Translate. So by right, it should show up over here. So maybe you can take the note of this and then maybe make a short guide for them. Is that okay, Fanny? Hello, Fanny. You listening? Fanny, hello. All right, never mind. I'll let Fanny know about this Google Translate later on. Yeah, moving on to the second column. Again, the title is using what we call text element, similar to what we do for your middle portion over here. You can see text, text. So for any text element, the way you edit is pretty much the same. And then here is what we call menu link. Menu link works a bit similar to a button in that you can just change the name and then change the link so that your user can go to any part of the website to your to any pages of within the website. So for example, you want to add another one, you just click on this plus button and then you click on menu link. And let's say, for example, you want to create one for gourmet. Okay, just now. Then you just look for the link, gourmet link just now. Copy it and you can paste it under link option over here. Yeah, and then you will see you will have additional setting called target setting. So whenever you open this one up, there will be two options. So either you can choose same window or new window. So what's the difference between same window and new window is that, let's say you choose same window, whenever your user click on this particular link, they will stay within the same tab. Whereas if you choose new window, whenever they click on the button or text, they will be taken to that page in another window tab instead of staying in the same one. So that's the only difference, I would say. And then thirdly, here is the same as well. So under here is text element. Here icon box. Icon is just another word for image as well. So any image or icons, the way you edit is pretty much similar. Same goes with this one because all these are text. And the only difference here is that for your phone number and email address, these two are hyperlinked. So how do you hyperlink a text within the text editor tools? So I'll share with you. So currently it's not hyperlinked, so means the number is not a link to anything. So let's say, for example, you want to hyperlink it. So you just highlight the number and then you see this chain icon. Then you just put like this, and then put in this command for phone numbers, TEL, and then this double dot right here, and then you just put in the numbers, 659186 and 0624, like so, and then you just click it, and then the number will be hyperlink. So which means any user that browse through your website using a phone, their phone, they can click on the number, and then it will direct them to their caller app. Then they can just directly call you from there. And the same goes with the contact at MyBakeStudio.sg here for email. Just that
Wait,
yeah.
The hyperlink and direct link to WhatsApp rather than call.
Can. So one way you can do it is let's say you have this number. Just look for WhatsApp link generator. So then you copy link. So if it's just normal link, you don't need to do any command. So you just put in the link itself, it will be enough. And then for email address, the command for it is slightly different than phone numbers. Is mail to instead of TEL. And then once you've done that, it's already linked to your email address. And then whenever the user on mobile click on it, it will take them to their emailing app whenever they click on the link button. Yeah.
Then how about the
again?
How about the address? Is there any hyperlink function?
You can link the what do you call it, the address to a Google Map address. So let's say, for example, I go to Google Map, or I just search for this one. So MyBakeStudio. This one is correct, right? Yeah. So what you want to do is look for share button. Let me see. Maps. All right. So you see this share button, then you copy a link, and then again you click on this portion, and then this map will be linked to the Google, what do you call it, the Google Map itself. So that once you're done with any of the edits over here, you just click on apply and update over here. So any update you make under your X block, right, is finalized. So which means compared to the design setting that we do earlier, that one have like save draft function, but for this one there's no save draft function. So any changes that you make is finalized. So make sure that all the changes that you make is really confirmed is the one that you want to make, because there's no back function to it, I would say. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the header and footer. But before we move on to the next part, which is the middle of the header and footer portion, you got any question?
No.
All right. So, yeah. To recap again what I've gone through with you. So I've gone through the design setting, the header and the footer portion. So the next part will be the middle of the content over here. But for this one, I would say more simpler. The reason why I say like that is because you already kind of learn how to edit some of it when we did the footer earlier, because there follow using more or less the same elements. So there are three different patterns that are always repeated in terms of content within a website. It doesn't just happen in your website, it happens in other people's website as well. The three elements you will always see is that there will always be text, there will always be buttons, and there will always be images or videos. So as you can see, all these patterns are repeated throughout your page over here. So you can see image, text, button, image, text, button. So for us to open the editor, you just hover your mouse to this edit page and click on edit with UX Builder. Yeah. So once you open it up, then the builder will show up over here. So you can actively edit one by one. So as I mentioned earlier, for text, it's very simple. Just open up the text editor tools, then you just edit it accordingly using the text editor tools that are available over here. And then for button, it's quite straightforward as well. So when you click on the button, any of it, you can just change the title of the button. You can change the color, primary, secondary, and other preset color over here. But I believe your primary and secondary color is the same, so it should be okay. And you can choose the different styling. So currently set to default. You can choose different style of button design, I would say. Yeah. So it's really up to you how you want your button to look like. And then again, the most important part for a button is the link where you want your user to go to. So without the link, the button serves no purpose, which means the button doesn't work like. So do ensure the button is correctly linked, and target, you can either choose send window or no window. Yeah, that's for buttons. And then for banners is another type of images. So let's say, for example, you want to change your banner. Just click on this the banner image itself, and then you just click on change media. And then either you upload a new one or directly from your library if you uploaded it already. And then in terms of like the sizing, you can just do what I suggested earlier, which is look for the current one that you have, which is, let me see. Yeah, this banner image that you're currently using. You just check the dimension over here. Then next time you want to redesign a new banner, you just let your designer know you want to use this dimension for this particular banner. And then the only difference between banner image and other images is that it comes with an additional setting whereby you can change the focal point of the image, which is right here, represented by this blue dot. So what you can do here, you just drag and drop to the position that you want. Yeah, but do bear in mind some of image have certain limitation. So for example, this particular image, the limitation is that it can move freely side to side, but up and down there's not much movement because the limitation of the subject within the image, I would say. And then same goes with this one. This one is just another text. How do I identify? Is you can see whenever I hover my mouse, the element will be shown over here. So same goes with this one. This one is called banner image. So the title also here. And then if you want to link any of the image, right? Let's say for example this one, you can go to link over here, and then you just paste the link under the link portion. So any image you want to link can do so within the link section of the image. Same goes with this one as well. Yeah, so because the pattern is repeated, so the way is pretty much the same, I would say, the way we edit it. Yeah. Because,
okay. Just one question.
Yeah.
The text over here, does it affect the SEO?
SEO. You mean the text size or how?
No, the text, the information over here in the text box. Does it affect the SEO?
I would say yes, depending on if you're running SEO campaign or not. That's the thing. Let's say you want.
Yes, we are running under Media Plus.
Let's say they're running, as long as the keyword that you guys agree upon is all within the website, then I say you should it should affect positively our because I am not the right person to discuss on SEO. But from my understanding, as long the link is properly linked, the backlink, as well as the keywords are optimized within the content of the website, then it should be according to my understanding should be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then any other pages that you have apart from shop related page, the way you edit is pretty much the same. So for example, let's say you have contact us page over here. Yeah, so if you want to edit this one, you just go to this edit page and open your Explorer. Then the way you edit the elements that I mentioned to you earlier, the elements I mentioned to you earlier is the same. So any image, any text, and any any buttons are the same. So the only difference is that this particular page have forms. So for forms, I suggest you just keep it as it is because this one is already pre-coded for you. So other than that, should be fine. And then this one, what do you call it? This embedded map is built using text element. But the way we add it in is slightly different in that instead of opening the text editor, we put the code within this box over here that you see. So you can see the, let's say you move to a new location and you want to update the map. All you need to do, you go to your current map, the new location, and then you just click share again. And then you see this embed map. And then you want to look for custom size. So how do you know the size? You can refer back here, and then you can see width 600, height 250. So what you want to do is you just put 600, 600, and 250. And then you double check the size. So it should be around the same size as this. So what you want to do, copy this coding over here, and then you just replace the coding over here, and then it will replace the current map that you see right here. Yeah, and then once you're done, you just click apply and update over here. Other than that, the way you edit any sub pages are quite the same. Yeah. Okay, next part would be the product portion. Before I move on, you got any question regarding content update?
No.
All right. So next would be the product. So for products, what we want to go is backend again, and then you look for product setting over here. Okay. So for products, because all of your product, the layout is pretty much the same, and you have one type of product for your product, which is variation type. So variation means the particular type of product have multiple variation. So that user have multiple options for the same product itself. So let's say, for example, you want to add a new product in the future. There are two ways for you to do it. Either you duplicate from the current layout and then edit the information from there, or you can create a new one directly over here. So my suggestion is always to go for the duplication. But let's say, for example, you want to experiment on how to create a new one from scratch. You can just click on add new over here. Okay, and then you just fill in the information, the basic information, like for example, the name, so test one. And then here, the description, this is where you can put full length description. And then this is where where you can put shorter description. Either one works for this particular case. And then here, product image you can set. For example, I use this one. The main image you can only have one. But let's say this particular product have multiple images, right? You just add the rest of the images under the product gallery, like so. And then this one have no limit in terms of how many products, how many image you want to add. Just that this one, the limit is only one. And then next one is you can choose the category. So you just pick the category that you think is relevant to this particular cakes. And then let's say, for example, the one that you make, that you want to add in here, is not listed over within this category. You can add in a new one by clicking on this add new category over here. So you just put the name, maybe has one, for example. And then let's say you want this particular category that you create is a subcategory of a main category. So you can choose the parent over here, parent category. But let's say it's a totally new category standing on its own. Then you can just leave it as it is. And then you click on add category, and then they will auto check the new category for you. And then under here, after the basic information is filled in, what you want to do next is choose variable product. Yeah, and then under variable, here the first one is inventory. This is where you can put in the SKU number for your product, which is the serial number. And then next would be to create a variation. But before we create a variation for your product, you need to create an attribute for your product first. So under attribute setting, you just click on add. So let's say you have different sizes for your cake, so you can just put in size. And then remember to double tick both of these field over here, and then you put in the sizes that you want over here, maybe small. And then you separate it using this what do you call it? This symbol, medium and large, for example. And then you click on save. Save attribute. And then let's say you have multiple attributes, you can add on another one as well. And then when you create a variation, it will create a few variations based on the attribute that you created earlier. So once you choose create variation for all attributes, just click on go, and then 3 variation is added according to the one. Yeah. So for variation, the most important part for any variation is the pricing. So whenever you open up a new option over here, the most important field you need to fill in is the price. Because if you don't put any price on any of the variation, on the front end later on you see, it will not show you the option. So for example, this one is 100, one is 150, and this one is 200. So the most important field to fill in is the price. And then let's say you have a specific image for this particular variation, you can upload them in using this one. Like so. But if you don't have that, you can leave it blank also, because you already have the main image over here. So the most important one is the regular price over here. Yeah, and then once you're done, that should be it. You just click on save changes over here. And then next is extra product option. So because you have this particular additional field, you need to add them in under this product option. So, but to do this, I would say quite a hassle and quite complicated. So what I suggest, hang on a minute. So to build it, to build this particular portion up, you see over here, it will take some learning curve for you to really master it, and a bit of understanding on in terms of like the logic behind the selection over here lah. But there are how I would say an easier way for you to not build it from scratch, which is to use the CSV file. So how do you get the CSV file? Is you can use the one that you already have. So assuming all the product page have the same design, same layout, and all that, you can just use any of the existing one as an example. So for example, this one, 3D cupcake. So you just look for their extra product option over here. And then you just click on export CSV over here. All right. Then once you're done, here you just import the same CSV file that you have. Yeah. And then this one, the first one that you see over here, you need to remove. Yeah. The reason why is that so that on the front end later on, there won't be any awkward alignment over here. So this one is the auto generated by the system just now. So we just remove the orange one that I removed earlier, and then you just edit the information within the elements that created lah. So you just click on this pencil icon, and then you go to the label or general option. Yeah, general option over here. So let's say you have new item or different amount or different information, you can just update the information accordingly to the part that you see over here. Let's say, yeah.
No question. This one must I change one by one, or I can change this and all will be populated the same?
You mean for this particular product?
No, for this particular option that they actually select. So when I edit this, does it applies to everything?
Within the product or within the whole product list?
The whole list.
The whole list, I would say no, because this particular CSV that I've uploaded is pertain to this particular product. So
okay. So if we want to change all, then we must go to all the individual to update individually.
Yeah, there are two ways. So because this is within the product, and then there's another one is what we call the main product list. So you can see over here. Yeah, you see, you have main product list. You can actually export out this CSV file for all the product lists you have. But then again, I would say not possible to edit the extra product option. The reason why is that because your current product layout, I would say quite customized. So even if you export out the actual CSV file over here for all of the products, it still doesn't affect the internal extra product option. The reason why is that, as I mentioned earlier, it's quite customized. So the one that will be updated within the main CSV file is the main information, like the product, the price, the name, the image, and all that. But because this one is highly specific, so you have to do it one by one.
Okay. So it'll be quite tedious, like if I have something that I want to change.
It's a little bit tedious, I would say. So that's why, because as I mentioned, this one is pretty customized because the normal product layout for this particular WooCommerce store is quite simple. I would say simple, and then this one is additional field which make it. I think the system limitation. I would say system limitation that they cannot like pull together because one product it have like its own CSV file for this particular extra product option. So that's why it's a bit difficult for them to update it accordingly.
Oh, okay. So next time in
Mm,
the future, if I something that add on, then I have to consider this.
yeah. So you just bear in mind that for individual product option, they will have their own separate CSV. Mm. Yeah,
Okay.
and then you
Okay.
just edit the element accordingly. Mm. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it, I would say. And then once you're done, you can either save drafts, so which means only the admin user can see. And if you publish, then your user can see it as well. Yeah.
Another question is,
Mm.
can we like we got a bulk of new products to upload. Can we tabulate a new CSV file, then after that upload into this thing, then you'll be done already, right?
Yeah, actually you can. So what you need to do, let's say you have new batches of product you want to use to upload in the future. You just export out this one, the current CSV. Then you just click on generate CSV.
But how do we update the CSV?
Let me this one first. I'll show you where you can
That
update
means
it.
all the variants will be inside once we upload, right? That means I don't have to do one by one based on what just now we have done, right?
The variants are just that the variant you can do directly from the CSV. The only thing that you need to do the one by one just now is the extra product option, which is hang on, which is this portion that I share with you earlier. You see this one? This one, right? Yeah. So this is the one that I share with you
The fondant,
the fondant thing.
then the add-on.
It's an
Okay.
add-on. So you can see
So is there any apps that we can actually use to actually cater to this portion rather than this editing by one by one? There's no app for this variant thing, is it?
at the moment, as far as I'm aware, there's no lah. So, but I can ask our developer to see if they have any additional plugin that
Oh.
can simplify the process for you as well.
Oh,
So
okay. Because
probably,
for the Shopify I'm using, it's actually an app. So I update the app. So everything will be updated because it's tagged by the collection type. So yeah, so the option I update, all will be updated rather than changing one by one.
probably what we can do is like maybe can do a bit of research for you in terms of whether or not you can connect over the Shopify app. Then you can update from your Shopify, and then it will appear on your what do you call it, on your WooCommerce over here. But probably the plugin will be different, I would say. So
Oh, okay.
maybe yeah, we can follow up with Fanny on that. See,
I don't think there's such an app.
yeah.
Is
So
there any API that we can connect via Shopify? Then once Shopify update, WooCommerce will be updated.
this one I have to really check with our developer. When maybe they knows there's any API from Shopify that we can use.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the field you can see that you need to fill in for the thing. And then let's say, for example, you want to add in a new product, right? You just add on to the existing list that you have over here. And then once you edited everything accordingly, let's say, for example, there's quite a lot of products. So you just continue on. Once you finish, then you can import it back again. So you go back.
So for those already have one, they will duplicate or they will just leave it untouched.
Leave it untouched. It depends. You see, when I click on import, right, there will be like certain setting. So you just be mindful of the setting that you click on. So let's say, for example, you see, update. So
Okay.
let's say the one that you previously have, right? As long as the SKU number and ID number is the same, let's say you check this box, it will update. Means even if the what do you call it? The information doesn't change, it will update it using the current
Okay.
current
But
CSV.
how about the SKU, the ID number? Because I've downloaded the CSV file before. There
Mm.
is a ID number. So how do I know what number to input for this ID number?
Hang on, let me open up. You just can normally ID number is generated by the system itself. Let's say it's totally new one, right? You just leave it blank. I would say you leave it blank because it will detect it as a new item. Only
Oh,
the one that
so you are
for
saying for new items I don't have to key in the SKU number and the ID number.
yeah, but you cannot. But the SKU number you can put in because the SKU number is the serial number for that particular products.
Okay.
But this one is only applied to if you check this box. But if you don't check this box, anything you upload, it will duplicate it. Let's say, for example, you have this product and then you upload it again, it will duplicate it.
Okay,
Unless you
so
have
if I don't click this button, it will be duplicated. That means all the product I've that means downloaded from this
mm,
CSV, I upload again, that means all the products will be duplicated.
yeah. But my suggestion is, let's say, for example, before you upload any CSV file, you keep a copy of the original CSV file, just in case, let's say, for example, any information that you key in might be misplaced or whatever, it doesn't correctly show up in the in the import section. So at least you have the backup for you to re-upload the old one to to replace the faulty one. I would say.
That means what, I have to delete everything, every product from the inside, then I upload this backup CSV file.
Yeah. Just in case. This one is worst case scenario. I'm saying. I would say.
Okay, so for another question, if you go and take a look at the Midnight Elegance cake, there is no variance inside. There's only size only. The rest of the variant is not inside. Even for flavors also not inside.
Midnight. Hang on.
Hello.
Do you remember the category?
Can I
Uh,
first interrupt for a while?
Yeah.
We're currently updating some of the product as well. So, like I said just now, we will look at one by one. Understandably, there are about 95 products to be included in the shop later. So, I will liaise this one again with our developer. If it's once it is done, I will let you know. All right.
Okay, inclusive of all the gourmet cake, as you can see, the gourmet cake category, there's only one cake inside.
Yes, correct. Because at the moment, the rest, like includes, I think if I'm not mistaken, there are red velvet cakes, there are chocolate cakes as well, right?
Yes,
So
correct.
it's not yet uploaded at the moment.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Any further question regarding products?
No.
Okay. So next part will be the WooCommerce. This is where you can start managing the orders that are coming in. So if you want to see any orders that start coming in, you just go to the orders portion, and then you can see here are the list of orders that are coming in for your website. So let me check your payment setting first.
So for this WooCommerce, does it come with an app or not? It does, right?
The WooCommerce does has an app, I would say. I remember
So
correctly.
I can use the WooCommerce login. We don't have it yet, right? You guys haven't give it to us yet, right?
The website, I don't think, Freddie, have you passed them the credential yet? No, right?
No, not yet. I will pass it to you right after I get an approval from Ivan as well.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so here I see you're having HitPay payment gateway, so which means it's an automated payment. So whenever you receive an order, because your payment method is an automated one, the default, I would say, the default status, right, is processing. So which means anytime you receive an order, you just continue to fulfill the orders, and then once you ship it out and your customer receive it, only then you change the status to completed. The reason why you need to change the status to completed is so that the system recognize this as a sales completed, and it will fire out an email to your customer as well, telling that the order is completed, and then attach together within the email this particular invoice. So for their own reference. And another reason why is that the system will capture it as a sales data, which reflected under this report portion. So you can see the numbers will be reflected over here, and you can see the default view is sales by date. You can see sales by product, by category, and so on. And then you can refer to the data according to the different specific date that you want to see. At least you can analyze the performance of your cakes over a certain period of time. So you can also export out the information so you can view it offline as well. So this the reason why we changed the status as well. Yeah. And then lastly for WooCommerce is this one, is setting. This is where you can update your information. Let's say you move to a new location, you want to update, you can just update the address line over here. And let's say you're opening up branch in different countries as well. Maybe the next time you want to open to Johor, which is Malaysia, you can add in another location over here. And here you can change the currency as well. And yeah, so once you're done, you just click on Save Changes over here for this particular general setting. And then under payment setting, there shouldn't be any updates because you're using the automated one. But let's say you're using direct bank transfer in the future, you enable it, you can update your information under this portion, under this description, and in this portion as well. So let's say you have another one, you just click on add account as well. Yeah, so this is for payment. Lastly is emails. Emails, I would say the most important one because this is how you get your order notification. So any new orders, cancel order or failed orders, the person that handling this email account will receive the notification. And then the rest will be received by your customer. And apart from these miscellaneous statuses. So
But another question is for WooCommerce, right? If we receive a new order via online, a customer order it online, right? Would the WooCommerce have any ringtone or message fire out to inform us that there's new order?
Ringtone, I cannot confirm whether or not have, but they will send you email notification. So means anyone that any orders there, any new orders, the person that handling this email address will receive the email notification. So let's say you want to add in more people to receive, so that you don't miss out. You can click on any of the statuses. You click on manage, for example. Under the recipient here, you just separate it using a comma, and you can put in the email address. And Then if you want to add more, you can separate it again using another comma. So there's one no limit in terms of how many emails address you want to add. Hmm. So this is for email
Okay.
notification. Hmm. So we'll do make sure that email notification is the one that you guys always check on. Then at least you won't be missing out on any of the sales notification. Hmm. Any question for this email?
No.
All right, and then lastly would be the users. So this is where you can create a new user within your team. So what I mean by that is you can create an account for your team member to help you manage the website. So for example, if you want to add in new team member, you just click on add new over here, and then you create a username for them, maybe admin one, and then you put in their email address. Let's say for example this one, like this. And then you can either create a password for yourself, your own, or you can auto generate for them. And then before you create a new account, you choose the role for them. So there are four main roles, I would say, for website. Administrator. So administrator is someone that can pretty much touch all the setting. Editor is someone that mainly focuses on the front end design. Author is someone that handle blog articles, and shop manager is someone that handle WooCommerce and the product setting. So you can choose the team member to handle whichever roles that you feel suitable for them. And then before you click on add new user, you just screenshot this one so that at least they know the password of over here if they don't receive any email about this about their account creation. Yeah. Hmm. Any question regarding this one?
No.
Any maximum users?
No maximum user at the moment. I would say there's no maximum user. Hmm. And yeah, one more before I forget is this WhatsApp setting. So this WhatsApp setting is for you to update your WhatsApp number. Let's say, for example, this one is related to this WhatsApp bot that you have over here. So any time you want to change your WhatsApp number, you can update the number over here. Yeah. And then you can also change the text as well. The text as well as any preset text that you have over here. You see, welcome and all that. So you can see any of the setting right here. Hmm. Yeah. So this is the title, which is that you see over here. Hmm. Yeah, but the main one is this one. I would say the phone number. And then once you're done, you just click on update over here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it in terms of what I need to cover for today. Yeah, pass back to Fanny. You got anything else to add?
Yeah, do you have any more questions to ask from Ronnie?
No.
Okay. If so, then that concludes our meeting. So do give us some time for us to edit the videos and timestamp everything. And I will send in the link as well as the login, what do you call it? The login username and password to you. Okay.
That means